birthday happens once a year for every person alive on the planet. And whether you like it or hate it, it happens. This particular birthday was one of Joseph Daniel Beretta.
Well, time to start another day. Turkey.
Some say that there are many different types of friendships, but that's simply untrue.
Yes, hello?
You home? I'm coming over.
I'll be here.
There are three types of friendship. Friendships of pleasure, which exist between you and those whose company you enjoy. Friendships of the good are based on mutual respect and admiration. And friendships of utility exist between you and someone who is useful to you in some way. At this time, Elliot was the latter. Being that it was his birthday, Joe found himself a little down. Why? No reason in particular, just the same old inevitability of the end closing in on him that felt oddly heavier than normal today. Death felt like it was speeding towards him, like the truth of his ultimate worthlessness was rumbling deeply within him. That, or it was the day-old chili cheese dog.
What's the password?
You have a password?
Yes, what is it?
Well, clearly I don't know it if I didn't know you had a password.
That's a fair point. Fine, you may enter.
Like I said, friendship of utility.
I need you to give me a ride.
I have no car.
You have no car?
If I stuttered, I apologize, but I don't believe I did. I have no car.
How are you going to get to work?
Steven.
At this point, Joe was beginning to feel even more discouraged than he had before. Had he forgotten to tell his friend Elliot that it was his birthday today? Or had his friend Elliot simply forgotten that it was his birthday?
Good afternoon. I don't have room for three.
This was your ride?
On Tuesdays, we ride.
On Tuesdays, we ride.
Well, how am I supposed to get to work?
Well, they say three's a crowd.
I wonder why they say that. A crowd is so much bigger than three.
I'm genuinely concerned about having three men on my scooter. If it breaks, you're paying for it.
We'll split it.
Deal. All aboard!
Once again, Joe couldn't help but feel a deep sadness over the fact that he seemed to have been forgotten. And by Steve, of all people. He'd always respected and admired Steve. Steve was a friend of the good.
You need to make a stop.
He needs to make a stop.
Okay.
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 This is the stop you had to make?
Well, we had to get Lee.
Hello.
Is this a common occurrence?
On Tuesdays, we ride.
On Tuesdays, we ride.
On Tuesdays we ride.
At this point, Joe was on the edge of despair. He had been forgotten again. By Lee, of all people. He had always enjoyed the company of Lee. Lee was a friend of pleasure, although he didn't really like how that sounded.
Shall we? Au revoir, my lady.
Are we waiting for anything in particular?
Here we are.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ice cream?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It seemed the friends Joe thought were his friends, perhaps actually were not at all. Was there a fourth type of friendship, perhaps? Friendships of insincerity? Did he even know who these people were? Did they know him? It was his birthday, the day of his birth. Scoff, guffaw, boo, and even hiss. Joe couldn't believe his eyes. Here he thought that life was futile.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Scooter was my idea.
And I just know you love carousels.
Who doesn't love ice cream?
That every minute of joy and hope he had put into these friendships was in vain. Maybe, for once, it wasn't all agony. His friends weren't just that of utility, pleasure, or good. His friends were friends of meaning, fervent meaning. Friends that remembered that you cared about things as trivial as your birthday, even though at the end of it all, it was just another day creeping towards your impending maggot-filled death, when all that you are slips into nothing and you become one with the earth once more. It felt strange and vulnerable to think, but maybe his friends were family. Perhaps this wasn't a new kind of friendship. Perhaps it was, in fact, a family of friendship. Or not. Not everything needs a label. Happy birthday, Joe.